today we are on a hunt. I meant to do this video initially right when the anime stopped, right? Is the anime good or the best experience for Tokyo Revengers? Is the manga the best way to go? And I feel like we never really got a conclusion to what the real answer is, and that's what we're going to be going through today. Before we even start, I want to have everybody's opinion. I think most of us going to say manga, but I think the anime does a lot of shit good. But I'm not gonna lie, I think the anime, and hear me out, I think the anime might be the best experience if you're trying to get into Tokyo Revengers. The anime was good, but sadly the studio was very low on budget when animating it, and I hope it gets better the second season. Now here's the thing, do you guys think the Tokyo Revengers animation is bad? Because that's a question in of itself. Because bad is oh my gosh, the anime is getting blown back 40-1. Only one person voted for the anime. This is a shocker. It has its cons. All right, so first we gotta narrow this in, all right? Because it's gonna be way too broad if we just like go at it, all right? I want to talk about the animation, all right? And I have a little pad right here. We're gonna be using Mr. Okie Dokie Pad as our source today. The first thing I want to talk about is the animation and art, because I feel like this is pretty big selling point on why people like or don't like the anime and or manga. And I might be a little bit biased because I started off with the anime. If we look at the art, all right, if you just look at the base art, no animation, right? I have some shots, right? How do we feel about the character designs? Because I think no matter what, they couldn't replicate the anime like or the manga style one for one. So how do you think they did when it comes to like their interpretation? I don't like the character design in the anime. They did Takamichi dirty. You guys think so? Y'all don't like this? I think he looks fine. I think if anything, I think this is a strong point of the art. Sure, it's not overly great, but I think it's actually pretty good. They did Kazutora so bad. Let's look at Kazutora. I think Kazutora, he just got a neck, bro. I'm gonna be honest, that neck. Y'all saying the hair though. Kazutora's hair in the anime was tragic. Y'all don't be fucking with the hair? I don't see the issue here. I'm gonna be honest. This kind of looks the same to me. Michi looks better in the manga. All right, we gotta compare this. Actually, I have some manga shots. All right, so this is Takamichi in the manga. This is what we're working with. Too thick. You guys think Takamichi looks too thick in the anime? What do we mean by thick? This is one of y'all sexual arousal things again, or is this actual points? Like what's happening here? I guess what you're saying is he looks a lot skinnier in the manga, which is and I keep hearing hair. What's with the hair with you guys? Like what's this hair thing that's going on? Is that the main thing? Cakes? God damn, Takamichi. Y'all doing too much. This is early Takamichi too. I'm gonna be honest, early anime looks a lot better than early manga Takamichi. Early manga Takamichi kind of looks like a crack addict. Am I wrong or am I right? I know he's like beat up right now, but I think like Wakui was still kind of like figuring out his pen or like what he really wanted out of his art style, and it kind of was a little bit wonky. Even when you look at Mikey a little bit in the beginning, it's different. It's unique, but it's not like crisp. It's not like what we see now. Like look at this and look like of the shit we get like here. Like we see the difference off rip. He got skinny neck for sure. This is the thing with the necks too. I don't know if the necks, obviously the necks are prevalent. If you look at Chifu here, that's a manga thing too. But I feel like in the anime, them necks were going crazy. Them necks were fucking necking, dog. Who has the fattest neck, y'all think, in the series? I need to know. Is it Kazutora? Is his neck game the most large? I'm gonna be honest. Hama up there too. Like this neck, I think this is the first time in the anime someone pulled up and I was like, dog, mans was out here. That's why I kind of fuck with the future design more. I don't know, maybe because of the collar, it don't make him look as lanky. Ran Hatani. See, Ran in the manga got a neck. I don't remember him that much in the anime. Oh, it's there. It's necking. But bro, that one volume card with Hakai, its neck, bro, is so long. That's fact. This might be the biggest neck we have ever seen in Tokyo Revengers. This shit is like a ruler, dog. I wish my Schmeat was this long. I just now noticed Yuzaha's in the background of this. That's cute. If that turtleneck was not there, that shit would be the most confusing ass shit ever. Sporadic. But we had to get this down, right? I'm bringing up the pad again. I know we're talking about animation art right now, but all right, neck ranking. Number 1, do we give it to Hama? We need top 3 necks in Tokyo Revengers. It needs to happen. You still haven't seen this character with the longest. There's another character with a longer neck. All right, wait, guys, we're getting sidetracked. I think we give it to Hakai. I think I saw Hakai the most. So number 1 on the neck tier ranking. Oh my gosh, why is it so fucking hard? Hakai, number 1. Fattest fucking neck in the entire series. Second, most definitely give it to that boy Hama. That boy Hama, giraffe. Then you get into some like fucking discrepancy. Kazutora, Draken, and Ron. I think those are like spots for number 3. Draken just long in general. Draken is just a long dude. But man's neck is necking, bro. I mean, I could look at Draken too. It's there. It's most definitely there. Gotta go with Ron. I think Ron is the consensus right now. Akai's neck adds 5 inches to his height. Facts, dude ain't even tall. It's just his neck. I think we give it to Ron, guys. You know, it was a good fight. We have the honorable mentions, Kazutora, and of course, Draken-kun. But either way, we're talking about the animation art, guys. Let's look at some of the animation parts of Tokyo Avengers and see how bad it really is. I think the first major or the biggest major thing, like people got like really mad at, Mikey kicks Kazutora. I think this what really got people mad. So I think people really expected this to be like godly. It was great, but I think the manga kind of like killed it. Just a lot more, actually. I'm not even gonna say a little bit. It's the best fight you could probably get with Mikey in it, because again, he's so busted and he put a lot of handicaps. But look at this part, guys. Like, I don't want to say the animation is trash, and you have stuff like this. Nobody was saying Kazutora piped me down when this came out. Just saying. Kazutora can though. Maybe future Kazutora. I actually like the kick. I like the kick too. I freaking flipped out when I first saw it. Yeah, it's like the animation isn't like excelling heavy here, but it's also not dragging it down. It is very like middle of the street, except for like the beginning parts. The beginning parts really like excelled. Knocks him back, carries dude, and then bam. That's the impact. I thought it was sick, but I guess it's not like a My Hero Bones animation or a foldable one. The impact of him hitting the floor is hilarious. There was also this other scene that people were also getting their feels about. I think it was like when Mikey kicks Hama, because it was kind of like a fadeaway shot. It kind of just happened. It was like, oh, bam, I guess he's down. Which I thought like that quickness kind of worked at the end of the day. But I don't know. You know how fucking tall, like, okay. You know how fucking like long of a distance you have to kick in order to do that? Man's been put to sleep. And dog, I can understand why we're talking about his neck. Like, Hama's neck is necking in this shot. Like, look at that joint. I think his neck might actually be as big as Mikey's head. This is the one that we saw before, which honestly, like, art was going insane. Like, this might be one of like Mikey's rawest panels. I ain't gonna hold you. They do have a lot of highs when it comes to animation in Tokyo Avengers as well. Because if you look at like Takamichi versus Kiyomasa in the beginning, I don't know what happened, but this might be like some of the best animation we've seen in the anime. Like, I was actually incredibly impressed by how they were doing this. You have the 360 shot to lead into the fight. Again, this shot in comparison with this shot, I like it more in the anime. I'm gonna be honest. This is 1 point for anime. Kind of rusty dusty. And then they go into this crazy fight, but this is probably like the best we've seen it in the series. I mean, maybe like if they do like this type of animation in season 2, it's raps. But I don't think they will, because bro, dude was getting clapped. Kiyomasa was just deadly back in the early stages. If they did this more consistently, if they had this as like the major fights in the arc, like this level of animation coupled with the Mikey kicks, brilliant. That shit would be insane. Overall, for the animation and art, the manga comes out as the victor, right? The manga is just better. The paneling is better. Y'all even know, like, whenever I have like a double spread on screen, I fucking orgasm. Presentation when it comes to a visual sense, it's probably better. Next thing that I want to talk about is a quick one, but we're talking about the plot. I think they handle the plot a little bit better in the anime, just because they do add in shit. Like we said before, they do add in the characters, which is pretty big. Yeah, the pacing was really fucking good. I think a lot of the fights had a good amount of space to it. I felt like when it comes to like the lead up and the build up, I felt like everything felt like it got like a good amount of shine. When I read the manga, literally everything was included from the manga. The last episode was great. Facts. And they ended off on a really good spot for people to come back in. Even though it was shitty and they were scum human beings for trying that, it was good. And let me write this on the thing. I'm gonna give it to the anime just because it does a little bit more. Because of following the story, especially when there's like so many different plot points, I think that the anime like makes it easier to digest because it kind of like slows it down a little bit. You don't just like read over these texts really fast. It's like very easy to consume. And one thing that anime will always have over manga, right? And you know, you can't help this, right? Just because, you know, it's in an anime form, right? And that is the soundtrack. Because the Tokyo Avengers soundtrack, way go. We're gonna go through some actually like really good tracks that really help just elevate the series. We're starting off with, of course, because we can't not bring it up, the opening. And Easy has one of the best openings of this year, which already is a plus. To have such a jazzy, such a visually appealing, and such a vibe of an opening, starting off the episode, you're already in a good mood. Like, bro, you don't skip this. Like, they made sure to keep it for both cores. A lot of anime, they just changed the core. They changed the opening with it. They knew better. Visually, it has the same tint and stuff, sorta, as like the second ending, which is really cool. It's very unique. I wish they actually use this in the show sometimes, but this is also just an automatic plus to watch an anime. Of course, you can read the manga and you could just like have this on in the background. I don't think it's the same, but it also has ending too. I think the song is okay, but visually, I think it's super cool. I actually like the visuals here more than the opening one. Like the colors, the character designs, all that is really neat. Like, look at Takamichi, dog. Mikey, hair flipping. It's something about the colors that they did here. Everything comes together. Custor's VA saying this ending? See, like, how am I just now finding out half this shit? I hate this dude, but he looks raw here. So let's make a point on the notes. Soundtrack. One crazy point that always has is the OP and the EDs. Let's get into some of these soundtracks, guys. I feel like some of y'all don't peep the soundtrack as much as you should. First one on the list, right? We have I Escaped. There are so many good, sad song soundtracks on this list that it's kind of unfair. Listen, y'all hear this. Sag. Pain. Agony coursing through your body. Listening to this, nothing will get you more sad than a piano. One also normal one that I also want to point out is Your Crybaby Hero, fucking bopper. And I like the titles of these as well. They're very thematic. Again, you can read this in the manga and have these in the back, but it's just not the same. There's also Dead or Alive, which goes crazy. Bro, listen! No, y'all looking. Listen! Listen to it! Final boss music, yes! I feel like I'm about to beat the end of like Final Fantasy 14 or some shit, alright? Okay, but listen to this right now. It better not be trash. Guys, it's 2021. People have been getting rickrolled since like 2015, bro. Why the fuck are we still rickrolling? Hold on, guys. Y'all know about this. This is the go-to. It just works. And the drums. Ah! One more track that I want to go through while we're on the topic of soundtracks. You know, Tokyo Revengers Reprise. I listened to this in the background of chapter 100 after stream, and boy oh boy, it's like emotional, uplifting, depressing. It's like everything you want in a track and more. I love it. Out of 10, what do we give the soundtrack to Tokyo Revengers? I need to know. 10, no doubt. I see 1. Damn, MJ Derp. I don't think I'd go as far as a 10, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Me personally, I think I'm just gonna give it a 9 for now. But I'm not even mad because again, that's 1 point up from 10. I just personally don't have that like thing that usually like makes soundtracks for me like a 10. Overall, right? This is the conclusion that we came to, guys. When it came to the art and animation, right? Manga was easy, right? And we gave like the manga for it. Like honestly, I think most of y'all would say like the art and the manga is like a 10 out of 10. I think we asked this question a lot. I personally gave it like a 9 out of 10. And if I were to do like anime, I ain't gonna lie, I give it like 6.5, 7. Then we go to plot, which is universally kind of the same, so it's kind of hard to grade this one. All I'll say is like, I don't know, anime over manga, just because so far it's added a lot of stuff and the pacing is really good. Then we have the soundtrack. Oh my gosh, this track! But soundtrack, we gave this a 9. Overall, this is just saying like the anime has its perks, and I think if you want to get into the series, especially if you're not a manga person, I think the anime is a pretty good start.